Today's the day that episode 8 of The Amazing Digital Circus is coming out. And there are tons of people who are excited, shocked, or even scared. And right now, I have all those emotions mixed in together. But today, we're going to talk about everything you need to know before episode 8 of The Amazing Digital Circus drops. So to start things off, a little bit ago, Glitch posted this teaser of Kane standing in a dark room with the spotlight on him. And you know, that shocked many people. And then Glitch dropped another teaser, but in YouTube Shorts form. Basically, in this short, it showcases Kane snapping his fingers in a dark room, except when he snaps his fingers, it flashes red and blue. Which basically hints that Kane is going mentally insane. And then, after that, Glitch posted the very first trailer for episode 8. And obviously, it's packed with so much information. We are potentially gonna get Jack's flashbacks because of, the hot cocoa mug. Because the hot cocoa mug in the trailer looks identical to the hot cocoa mug in the picture frame from episode 7. And we are 100% getting flashbacks of Queenie. As you can see here, Kinger's just standing there while Queenie's just sneaking up behind him. For episode 8, I just have a huge feeling we're going to get some sort of flashbacks, or even if they're small, we're just going to get some sort of flashbacks for 2 characters. Which include Kaufmo, Ribbit, Jax, and Queenie. But if you really think the trailer is that crazy, Glitch has been posting a lot more cool information that I honestly think was crazy. As you can see, we got another sneak peek for episode 8, which includes Pomni. As you can see, she obviously looks terrified, and you can see in the top of the image, you see a bunch of bubbles. Like, obviously in this image, there's a lot going on. And then right after that, 3 days later, we got another teaser, and it's Kinger. Now, I find Kinger's image pretty interesting because there's a CNA computer, which is pretty crazy. And then we got Kinger looking up in the sky, who knows what he's looking at, and then at the bottom of the screen, we got abstraction eyes, which is weird. And then another 3 days go by, and we get another teaser showcasing Zooble and Gangle. As you can see, Zooble is looking at Gangle very worried, while Gangle is looking desperate for help while a bomb is right next to her about to explode. And then we see Kane's hand gripping around Zooble, which obviously is pretty crazy. And then we see eyes in the background, which honestly is kind of scary. All these teasers so far are pretty interesting and just crazy to look at. But if you think those ones are scary, look at the newest one. We got what appears to be Ragatha opening an unclaimed door showcasing abstraction eyes. And then Jax at the bottom looking pretty sad. And then we got a black and white checkered path going around the image. And slightly at the top of the image, we can see more abstraction eyes. And personally, out of all of them, my 2 top favorite ones are most likely Ragatha and Jax, and the one with Kinger in it. I don't know why, I just find those pretty cool and pretty interesting. But now, we got what we all been waiting for. Today, Glitch just dropped the full image for the Amazing Digital Circus episode 8 teasers. And honestly, this is just crazy. It literally looks like Kane's about to kill someone, which honestly he probably is. But everything below Kane, like the carnival, is just so ominous looking, which probably isn't a good sign at all. Now since we got the full image, I can officially say what I think is going to happen for episode 8. Either episode 8 is going to be one of those scary, sad episodes where everything bad's going to happen, or it's going to be like episode 7 where everything starts bad at first and at the end it's all just a prank. But since this is the second to last episode, I have a feeling this is going to be pretty crazy and probably very sad, maybe scary, I don't really know. But getting on to our next topic, I want to share to you guys that episode 8 of The Amazing Digital Circus premiere just dropped on YouTube. It is called The Amazing Digital Circus episode 8. I have no idea what that means, but that's probably a bad sign that it doesn't have an official title. And in the description of the video, it just says, "Oh." Totally not weird at all. But the thumbnail is also pretty scary looking too. It showcases Kinger and Pomni looking behind them, probably scared. And then right in front of him, it shows Kane looking like he's having a mental breakdown in a chair. And also features Kane in the spotlight. But it was officially announced that the runtime for episode 8 of The Amazing Digital Circus is gonna be 31 minutes and 50 seconds. So it's pretty cool to have a whole half hour of screen time for episode 8. But that's really all the Amazing Digital Circus news there is today. I will say episode 8 is probably going to be packed with a lot of information, plus a lot of lore. I think Kane is going to give him one last attempt to make him happy, and then after that, if it doesn't go well, then everything goes to hell. But what do you guys think? What do you think is going to happen in episode 8? Let me know down below. And in that case, that will be all for today's video. If you guys enjoyed watching, make sure to drop a like, or even maybe subscribe, and I'll see you all in the next video.